Here at Real Talk, we like to say nothing draws a crowd like a crowd. So, welcome to our crowd. And this is a very special kind of crossover edition of Real Talk and a little bit of Wednesday Night Frights minus Mika. So, we are going out live to all of our friends who normally listen on Wednesday because we missed our episode last night. If you're new here, you stumbled into a podcast family that loves movies in all their forms. On Real Talk, we break down blockbusters, indies, and everything in between. Wednesday Night Frights, well, that's where the horror fans come to play. Grim Edition for folklore deep dives, and Couch Critics for creator interviews and a whole lot of random entertainment stories for everything on screen and in the shadows. You get that spotlight. Tonight's format is a little different. This is a top 10 countdown, not one of mine, and not a recycled list from the archives. This list is from our special guest. He picked it, we all shaped it, and we're going to try to defend our picks. But before we kick off, quick reminder, hit subscribe wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. Follow us across social media at Real Talk and check out realtalkpod.net. Eventually, it's coming for past episodes, bonus content, and everything else we're up to. Now, let's not keep the mystery any longer. He's the voice behind the Bark Night podcast, a show that dives into pop culture, storytelling, and everything in between. He's got tonight's list and he's ready to bring the heat. Please welcome Patrick from the Bark Night podcast. Patrick, hello.
Hey, thank
Welcome
you so much
in.
for having me.
Yeah, having a good day. We're both tired from working and doing all those things. But hey, since you're here, introduce yourself. Introduce all of the things you do in this entertainment medium we call podcasting and social media.
Yeah, so I am the host of the Bark Night podcast. I've been doing this for, I don't know, 3 years now. We have over 50 episodes and we talk movies. We lean heavily into horror,
Mhm.
but we do a lot of top 10 lists. We do a lot of what is our favorite movies from each year. We do interviews.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing the director of Night of the Reaper tomorrow, and that should
Oh, that's
launch
awesome.
next week because we all know you don't launch these things on the weekend. um,
Yes.
but
It's
yeah,
so true.
we talk movies, we talk our favorite
Yeah.
actors, we talk news, we talk physical media, all those things. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
my thing.
And it's Bark Night Podcast is your handle on all the, well, at least on Threads and Instagram, because I know I follow you there.
Yep.
Are
So
you?
it's on YouTube. Same
Mhm.
thing. Bark Night Podcast. I'm on Spotify, Apple, all those
Yeah.
things, and I'm on TikTok. So I do some short
Good.
form videos, usually 2 or 3 minutes on there, where I talk
Mhm.
about a lot of these things as well. Been doing a ton of stuff lately about the
Yeah.
Alien franchise on there. People have been
Oh,
loving it.
there's a lot coming with the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that some Alien stuff may come up later in
There
the
we go.
show. But with that, so Patrick, introduce our top 10 list.
Yeah, so what we're talking about tonight is the top 10 horror directors working today.
Perfect.
And so that's all got our favorites that are like the
Right.
classics like John Carpenter,
Yeah.
Wes Craven and
Yes.
all those, but these are just people that are making movies right now and
Yes.
keeping it current.
Right. And I want to say, as I was writing my list, I was so glad that John Carpenter was out of the list because anybody who follows Cinematic Nightmares with Mika will remember. If you remember back a couple, I don't know, 4 months ago, we had a game night and Patrick kicked my butt because he got all of the John Carpenter questions that night. I do hold a grudge. I'm just kidding. Um, no, yeah. If this was a favorite of all time, we'd be talking. There'd be a lot of like Wes Craven, so John Carpenter's, all of that coming up in here. But I love the caveat that they have to be working today. So they're not passed away. They're not kind of retired in gaming, which is all John Carpenter seems to do anymore. But
Right.
so it's just going to be a fun, flowing top 10. We'll talk about them. And I'm kind of curious how many of these we're going to overlap.
I mean, I think we'll overlap a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a good chance. I think I have one on here that is I'm pretty confident won't be on your list. It's my I don't know. It's my heart pick.
Yeah.
but we'll see where it
I
goes.
kinda have one of those, and I cover
Yeah.
him pretty quickly, so
See, and my heart pick doesn't come until much later in the show. But
nothing
with
wrong with
that,
that.
let's start with Patrick. Who's your number 10 working horror director?
Alright. So, I before we get into this, I wanna
Yeah, please.
give a little bit of a caveat for this.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
it's very hard doing these, like, top 10 things. This is all just my
They are.
opinion, and,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
it can, there's
Right.
not that big of a gap between my number 1 and my number 10,
Right.
and as we
And
go through, this easily could have been,
yeah.
like, a just 10 directors.
Right. And that's a huge caveat on all of these lists. And I generally shout this out every time is this is my top 10 list today. I told you before we started recording that my list was changing up until about 10 minutes before we recorded. And if you asked me tomorrow, a lot of these names are going to be on there, but the order could be different. There's
Yeah,
a couple of people that could have dropped in or fallen out. So this is just a snapshot in time of who I was thinking of when I wrote this list. It is not, this isn't like, don't come at me. I'm not saying these are the Mount Rushmore of great horror directors. These are who I prefer and I get most entertainment out of today.
yeah.
So
So that
with
being said, my number
that,
10 is Jordan Peele.
so Jordan Peele is much higher on my list. I will shout out that he will come up at number 5 on my list. But yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, so Jordan Peele, I mean, so, like, I feel like I'm almost defending, like, him not being in, like, the top 5 or, like, top 3
Right.
or anything like that, but and so, like, the reason for that is for me because, like, when I was looking at a lot of the other ones, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they have a lot of movies that I like."
Yeah.
And
I see
Jordan
that.
Peele, I love Get Out. It's
Yeah.
one of the best horror movies out
Oh,
there.
for sure.
But Us and Nope are a little bit mixed.
Hmm.
I like them,
Yeah.
but I haven't watched either of them a second time. I
Sure.
guess would be
Same.
something to add to that.
I get that.
But they are undoubtedly quality. You know,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
is
yeah.
the directing quality of all three movies is
Mhm.
top tier. And I think the only thing most people don't like about Us and Nope may be the writing or some of
Mhm.
the twists, some of
Yeah,
the Us leans very heavily into metaphor.
right.
But I do like it, you know,
Yeah,
but it's
and Nope goes with that whole weird sci-fi angle
yeah,
that some people like you said, it's not my favorite of his movies, but it's a darn good movie.
it
So,
is.
yeah, I get that. I put him he's up on my number 5 because I couldn't help but rope in that he was the producer of the new Candyman.
Yeah.
And I actually really liked the subtext and everything in that, and it felt like he had a bigger hand in it. So I gave him some credit for that, and that pushed him up my list.
Did you see him?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've
Neither
heard
have I.
not great things. But I will watch it because I love Marlon Wayans when he takes on a serious role. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that part of it.
He is like he's one of those like he almost reminds me of like Adam Sandler in that way where
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
he leans into comedy in so many of his roles, but
Right.
every once in a while he gets
Oh
this
yeah.
dramatic role that he
Yeah.
just digs his teeth
Yeah,
into and you're just like,
there's
"Yeah, you got it."
for every Happy Gilmore 2, there's an uncut there's that random uncut gems or
Right.
a Punch Drunk Love. And for Marlon, Requiem for a Dream is a damn near perfect film.
Yeah.
So when he takes on that darker role, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jordan Peele, and I think Jordan Peele, and you probably agree with this, it if when he gets back behind that director's chair, behind the camera for his next big thing, if it hits even like an Us, then he'll start to jump up the list once you turn out that quality just another time or two to really
Mhm.
push him up over the hump.
Yeah, and there are a lot of they're very very visually striking and very visually
Yes.
appealing
Hmm.
and there's there's not many things you can complain about with them.
Right. For sure.
But there are certain creative decisions that that sometimes people just don't agree with, and sometimes I don't
Hmm.
agree with. Like, and I guess
Right.
for like Us, it would be
Mhm.
the way like if you really think about it, it doesn't really make sense as a movie.
Sure.
but it's not supposed to, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I tend to like it too.
Yeah. But I
But,
get
like,
that.
it's undoubtedly a good
Yeah.
movie, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
you
And
sometimes you get, like, hung up on
mhm,
those things. But, like, I don't know,
right.
I feel like I'm focusing really much on the negative,
No.
but, like, he's he's in my top 10, everybody. He is
Yes,
here. Like
he's here. Right. No, and I absolutely get that because and some of the other people we're gonna talk about, I didn't like everything they made,
Yeah,
but the stuff that I did like was just that good.
yeah.
And actually, so just speaking of that, my number 10, I didn't see this director. They only have two horror movies. The first one, I haven't even seen the first one. So it's Coralie Farget from
Mm,
The Substance.
yep.
If you don't like body horror, she's not going to make your list. And I get that. This one is very much more a me thing. But so revenge, from what I know about it, it's a rape revenge kind of subgenre, and that's a little sticky for me. But the substance is just so stinking good. Who knew Demi Moore was such a powerful actress? Um, I can't look at shrimp the same way. Like it, she has such an eye for bold, striking, and meaningful framing of the movie. So I put her at my number 10, hoping she comes out, her next movie is just as powerful and she can move up. But
Yeah.
if you don't like body horror, Coralie Farget is not for you.
I like body horror. I hadn't even considered her.
Mhm.
I hadn't thought about it. So, and I'm sure there's going to be a handful of those other ones for me. But The Substance is
Yeah.
fantastic. I
Yeah.
loved that movie. It's absolutely bonkers, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
very like
Insane.
visually striking,
Yeah.
and it gets you like so many things happen that just
Mhm.
pull at certain emotions,
Yeah.
you know,
And I think
throughout the whole
that's
thing.
I'm afraid to watch Revenge a little bit because that the whole essay aspect of it. But if she puts the feeling into it and the motion into it in the way she does with The Substance, I can't help but think that's gonna be a great movie if I can get to a point where I can actually watch something like that.
That's been on my list for a while, but I think I've avoided it very similarly. That I
Mhm.
You know, you can only take so much of,
Sure.
like, people being
Absolutely.
brutalized and then
Yes.
coming back for revenge, right?
Right. And we've all seen the things like the I Spit on Your Graves and the
Yeah.
Last House on the Lefts, and those take some prep work to get up to watch, right?
Right.
You don't just wake up and say, "You know what sounds like a good movie today?" Like you got to get
Yeah.
there. All right, where do you go for number 9?
So for number 9, I got, Danny and Michael Philippou.
Oh, see, they would have been on my list. They'd be on my list tomorrow. Totally forgot them. Go ahead. Oh,
Speaking of movies that you have to emotionally build up to watch,
yeah.
so Bring Her Back was, it's a very, very difficult movie to watch,
Yeah.
and it really makes you feel uncomfortable the entire time. It's
Mhm.
heartbreaking, it's uncomfortable,
Right.
it's very brutal. Talk to Me is, I think, what was that, 2023? It was one of
Something
my
like
favorite movies of that year,
that.
and
In So I didn't know who they were until I had seen the trailers for Bring Her Back. Hadn't really thought about it. Hadn't really thought about it. But then we were on my Couch Critics show with my buddy Dave and I. We were going to be interviewing Naomi Richards, who is one of the co-host creators of the Morbid Forest podcast. She was going to come on and talk, and she recommended that we watch Talk to Me. And oh my God, opened my eyes. I had never seen anything like that, and it was for such a small little what is it, Australian movie or New
yep,
Zealand movie, whatever. It's so yeah. I can't believe I forgot them. That's a great
very,
pick.
very Australian. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that is a
fantastic.
great pick.
That
Yeah.
was one of the first horror movies here. I went to the to the theater to watch by myself,
Yeah.
and because I unfortunately burnt my wife out on horror movies to the point
Yeah.
where she's like, "I'm not going with you
I
anymore."
can't do it anymore.
And she traced it back. I asked her the other day, like, "What are the movies that like broke
We-
you for horror?" And she was like,
yeah.
"Hereditary and
Oh,
the
yeah.
remake, Suspiria remake." She watched that and she's like,
Yeah.
I think I'm good on horror movies like
Yeah,
forever now.
that's enough for me.
I
My
had
wife
no
won't
idea it
even
was gonna be as bad as it was.
my wife won't even watch horror movies, so I'm on my own for that whole side of
Yeah,
my
I
joy.
am now, and it's of my own doing.
Yeah. You did it to you. Yeah, Hereditary, I can imagine. That's just such trauma. And Suspiria is holy crap. I
Yeah.
get it. Like she's not wrong.
If I had seen them before, I never would have
Yeah.
showed them to
Oh
her. I
yeah.
thought Hereditary was gonna be like a like, we didn't know who Ari Aster was at the time. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was just gonna be like a haunted house movie or something, you
Yeah,
know?
right. Not this just devastating family trauma.
Right. Now I know who Ari Aster is, I'm like, "Alright, we gotta."
Okay. Yeah, we got to prep for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my number 9 is Fede Alvarez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fede Alvarez, that Evil Dead remake. I am a huge Evil Dead fan. If I scroll my camera up here, you'll see I have all my Army of Darkness, Evil Dead stuff up there. I love everything Evil Dead. He did it such honor and homage and everything he could in his remake. I love Don't Breathe. Alien Romulus is a return to form for Alien. I hadn't liked an Alien movie in a while. And that brought like, yeah, he is doing some really good movies.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
He's on my list too.
oh, where's he come up for you?
He's number 7 for me.
Numbers. Oh, so we're
He's
pretty
coming up
close
quick.
on him. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Fede Alvarez is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope he comes out. I hope he's got something else in the works. I didn't look to see if he has anything coming, but yeah.
I don't think he does. He recently announced he's not doing Alien Romulus 2.
Oh, someone else is going to come on board for
He's
that
gonna
one?
write it, but he's not gonna
He's
direct it.
not gonna be bonus.
And that
Oh,
seems to be based on completely arbitrary things. Like he was like, "Oh, it seems like you just, you know, directors
yeah.
come in and they make one and then they move on." And so that
Yeah.
was his reasoning. And
All right.
that's so disappointing to me because like
Yeah.
I felt like, there's a couple things in there that I really
Sure.
didn't like about like him feeling like, "Oh, I got to include this,
Mhm.
get away from her line
Yeah.
here to like appease fans." And like I was hoping like, all right, now that he's got those things out of his system, he just
Yeah.
focuses on the horror. We'll get like a
Right.
pure Fede Alvarez movie.
Yeah.
But I guess he's not. He
Yeah.
said the reason he's writing it is because he
Mhm.
doesn't want the next director to kill his characters in the first 5
Oh,
minutes.
he wants to have control of
because
his people.
because the
Oh,
franchise has a bad habit of doing that. It's done it 2 or 3
yeah.
times.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone dies. No,
Yeah.
other than Sigourney Weaver. She lives on. But
Yeah.
all right. Who do you have at number 8, Patrick?
All right, so this is one that I hope you've heard of this director, but Damien Rugna.
Then you're gonna have to tell me a movie.
So he directed Terrified and When Evil Lurks.
Okay, so I know of the movies. I've not seen either of them.
Okay.
All right, so you got me on. That's a good. Okay.
He also did a segment in Satanic Hispanics, I believe it is called.
Mhm.
It's a bunch of Hispanic directors that
Right.
filmed like an anthology
Well,
movie. So he
anthology movie.
does,
Yeah.
yeah, similar to like VHS, except
Yeah.
in good quality.
Again.
Not good
Yeah.
quality, but like
Right.
HD.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so he is, I believe, he's from Argentina.
Okay.
So all of his movies are subtitled horror movies.
Mhm.
Terrified is very good. It
Mhm.
is more supernatural. It has some scenes in it that like do that same thing
Right.
that Danny and Michael did, where
Mhm.
they're just making you feel uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
it's scary stuff. Now, When Evil
Yeah.
Lurks, I've always thought of as it came out the same year as Talk to Me, and it's
Mhm.
the other side of the coin to that movie,
Okay.
where it's I guess I would say it's far more brutal, but it's also a
Mm.
possession movie. It
Yeah.
establishes lore. It's large scale. It's like
Yeah.
what if where this community is where there's a like possession is normal. It's a thing that happens all the
Oh.
time. It's like a disease, so people are trying to avoid. There's a ton of body horror in it. Highly,
Mm.
highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's the one that comes up for me on occasion. That's why I've heard of him. Terrified doesn't sound familiar, but When Evil Lurks does. So I'm going to put it on my list to watch because, and another thing that I really love about horror, and I didn't get, you know what, now that I think about it, I didn't go any of the amazing Asian horror directors, but I love the idea of seeing a possession movie from the like the Latin, Hispanic, that the South American, because it's
Yeah.
much more a part of their culture. I love to, so now, yeah, now I have to go watch this movie because I got to see what he does, how he infuses his culture into it. That sounds amazing.
It is
Yeah.
very good, and he's one of those directors that I'm like, after seeing all 3 of these things he's done, and I think he's
Mhm.
got 1 or 2 other things out that I haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
but he absolutely has a talent for, like, very, evil
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way to describe When
Right.
Evil Lurks. Like, it is an evil
It's
horror
an
movie.
it
It is
really is evil.
evil,
All
it
right.
is brutal, it is bleak, and, like,
Yeah.
watch it, like, but be prepared, like, it kinda
Yeah.
beats you down mentally.
Okay.
I will say, I don't think it beats me down as mentally, like, as much as, like, Bring Her Back, but,
Yeah.
it like, I'm telling you, it's right in line with Danny and Michael Philippou,
Yeah.
his movies there, like,
All
those
right.
2 I kinda was flip-flopping because they
Yeah.
very,
Oh, I
very
get it.
much remind me of each other.
Yeah. And yeah, and I get I yeah, I have that a few times on here. Like my number 8, like when you mentioned the Philippines, this is the person I would have dumped off to bring them on. Um, but I like him. And I'll support, I will go with it. Scott Derrickson.
Okay.
I love Sinister. I loved his Black Phone, Exorcism of Emily Rose. I haven't seen his new one on the Apple TV one, The Gorge, which is maybe a little more horror adjacent. It's horror ish.
So I have seen it. It is sci-fi.
Yeah,
Sci-fi action romance.
yeah,
There's not
not
really there's horror in it as much as you consider the Skull Island and Peter Jackson's King Kong
okay.
horror.
Yeah, so it's a action movie that just happens to have some
Monsters.
monsters in it. Yeah, and like I said, I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen Deliver Us from Evil, but and I'll never watch Hellraiser Inferno, but I'm glad he got his start somewhere. But yeah, his Exorcism of Emily Rose, his and the Black Phone. I had read the book, the Joe Hill story, and I think the Black Phone 2 actually looks like a really good sequel coming out soon. But Sinister is that is in it came out in that kind of dead zone between the quote unquote torture porn and then the elevated horror. It was like the beginning of the end of that torture porn and the start of the Ari Asters that you mentioned earlier. I love Sinister. Sinister is so good.
Yeah, Sinister
Yeah.
is very good.
But yeah, I think now looking at it, I would put the Philippines probably in that place, but I support my decision to put Scott Derrickson in there anyways.
I fully support your decision to have Scott Derrickson on here.
Uh, all right. So number 7.
Number 7, it's Fede Alvarez.
Oh,
Just like I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
he's
you already mentioned that. Yeah.
Evil Dead 2013, Don't Breathe, Alien Romulus. I love all
Yeah.
3 of these movies. They're
Mhm.
very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2013, it had a monumental Grand Canyon sized task ahead of it
Yes, it
in
did.
in order to please Evil Dead fans,
Yes.
and it's it accomplished it.
It absolutely did. For
And
sure.
what was interesting about it is it redefined that entire movie franchise, you
Yeah,
know? He took
it
it,
really
he
did.
made it his own,
Mhm.
and it's been on a completely different trajectory ever
Yeah,
since, with
since
Evil
then.
Dead Rise, the upcoming Evil
Right.
Dead Burn, and
Yeah.
so he did that. Like, the whole style
Mhm.
of this movie, although it's
Right.
based highly around the premise of the
Right.
original 2,
Mhm.
he completely made it his own, and that's
Absolutely.
very impressive.
And
He did the same
and
thing with
what's
Romulus.
yeah, and what's great about, and I think what I really liked about Evil Dead is the fact that a couple of years later, the was it Stars did the show Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yep.
Like it didn't take anything away from the original. The
Yeah.
original still got to run in its own timeline, and this just stood out on its own and said, "Hey, we're the same thing, but we're our own thing." And who can't at the time? I don't know if it still holds the record, but when it came out, it held the record for the most fake blood used in a movie. Something like 500,000 gallons of it
Yeah.
when it's raining on everybody. I mean, who doesn't love that? Come on,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah,
Big
that
fan of
album
that
was
movie.
great. Yep. Yeah, and I don't think "Don't Breathe" doesn't get enough love. I think it's one because it was a, a smaller movie. I guess it just kind of gets forgotten about because it's a simple like it's a simple we're breaking into a house and shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that movie, and I
I
don't think
like
I've
it.
watched it enough times, but it's got a quality cast to it too. It's got
Right.
same woman there. I think
Yeah.
her name's Jane Levy
It is.
from
Yeah.
Evil Dead. She's there. She's great in it.
hmm
She has a nice little horror
Yeah.
filmography there. She was
Yeah.
also in that what's that Stephen King Hulu show she was in?
Right. Oh,
I can't think of it.
I'm gonna have to look. But yeah,
Castle Rock?
she's great. Yeah, is it Castle Rock?
I think
It's
so.
got to be right. But yeah, she's great. That whole movie is yes, Castle Rock. Yeah, yeah. That whole Stephen Lang, and then
Yeah.
that little the subtle twist at the very end as she when they're about to escape and what they find in the basement.
Yeah.
There's a that's a
Never
whole
look at turkey basters the same again.
no, never, ever, never, never. Holy, yeah, that'll get you.
That will
Great
get
movie
you.
though.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that my number seven is the son of a horror legend, Oz Perkins, son of
Oh,
Anthony.
my
Um,
number 6 is Osgood
oh,
Perkins. So
ah,
we have such a
yeah,
good lineup right here. So go
yeah.
ahead.
So yeah, Osgood Perkins. Starting with, I think the first time I remembered was "I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House." Was a great movie. I never saw Blackcoat's Daughter.
I did.
Gretel and Hansel was really good. Longlegs is just this weird. Uh, Nicolas Cage is something else. I enjoyed the movie, but the monkey is the reason the movie is this high. I have not laughed so much at a truly horrifying horror movie in a long, long time. Like, even the kills are hilarious.
Yeah.
I love, and then the trailer for his other movie that comes out either later this year or starting next
Keeper.
year, The Keeper,
Yeah.
looks really good too.
It does.
Yeah. So yeah, I look forward to where he goes from here because I mean he was born into like horror royalty. You got
Yeah.
Anthony
Yeah.
Perkins, Anthony Bates, or Norman Bates. Come on, this guy is. Yeah. Where do you go with Oz? What's your thoughts on him?
So I've seen the Black Coat's Daughter.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that much about it, to be honest
Mhm.
with you. I saw it years and years ago.
Sure.
I've not seen Gretel and Hansel, but Longlegs and the Monkey
Mhm.
specifically
Yeah.
are the ones that do it for me
Mhm.
because they are just so good.
Yeah.
Longlegs, I saw at the movies. I have the 4K steelbook of it up here. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
And I love this movie so much. I
Yeah.
swear that Micah Monroe should have got an Oscar nomination for her performance in this movie.
Yeah. That's something that I don't unfortunately horror gets so overlooked
Yeah.
is some of these movies, the reason that they are so good is the performances that these directors are able to get out of their stars. It just all the way back to like even 1980 with Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall in The Shining.
Yep.
Even before that, in Carrie, I just lost Piper Laurie as the mom in Carrie. Like, horror should be more recognized for these amazing performances, and she's absolutely one in Longlegs. I mean, you can
Yep.
argue that Nicolas Cage, the costume, does the heavy lifting, but she is great in that role.
she's fantastic, and she's got a nice horror filmography too. She's got
Yeah.
that. She's got It Follows. She's got
Yep.
Watcher. Have you seen Watcher?
The only Watcher I saw was the really bad, like Carrie Always Keanu Reeves one from like 2001 or something.
Christopher Reeves or Reeve?
No, no, that wasn't it. I thought it was the Watcher Christopher Reeve. I thought it was
Oh,
Keanu. No, it was
I
Keanu and Carrie
I
Elwes.
was thinking of a different movie. So, sorry, I'll
No, you're
explain
good.
myself. So, the movie Watcher is very much like you ever see Rear Window?
Oh yeah, love her. Which Christopher Reeve did the remake,
Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah, yeah. So you got
yeah. I got
it.
what
You got
I
where
get
my
what you're
head was
saying.
going with
I get
that.
what you're saying.
It's
Yeah.
very similar. It's
Okay.
she thinks she witnesses she's in like a different country. So it's like
Mhm.
kind of like a fish out of water story too.
Oh, all right.
She's there and nobody believes her that she saw this person getting murdered and that there's a serial killer over there. And it's interesting because you're not sure the whole time that she actually did witness something. And so it plays around with that whole thing. Like, is she going crazy? Is this actually a
Mhm.
serial killer? And it's
Yeah.
all extremely well done. And she's acting her butt off just like usual in that one.
Oh,
Highly
yeah.
recommend it. It's on Shutter.
All right. Gonna have to check that one out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, she and it follows another movie that's going to be getting a follow up, a sequel here shortly. Hopefully,
Yeah.
they do it justice.
I hope they do.
Um, and which brings me to so that's my number 7, your number 6.
Yep.
My number 6 is uh, one of the best directors that is out there, regardless of genre, and it's Guillermo del Toro.
Yo,
Right?
I saw him earlier and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get
Because
some crap for not
yeah,
putting him on my list, but I just don't know where to put him.
but yeah, because Kronos, Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth, Crimson Peak, Nightmare Alley. He produced Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. He produced Antlers. You could even
I didn't
argue,
know he produced Antlers.
yeah. So he is kind of he is the dark fantasy horror guy right now. And I love how like his movies have this, they have a link to the past. Like Nightmare Alley feels like it's a direct sequel to Freaks, Todd Browning's Freaks from 1932 or whatever it was. um Same with the, oh, just lost it, the one with the creature, Sally
Shape of
Hawkins.
Water.
Yeah, The Shape of Water feels like it is the sequel to Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I
Like,
love Shape of Water.
I absolutely, absolutely love those movies. Pan's Labyrinth is maybe a perfect movie.
Yeah. I qualify
Absolutely
that as a masterpiece.
fantastic. Guillermo del Toro could easily lead any list like this, but I'm happy with him at 6 because I wanted to get some new names above him. But yeah, I love Guillermo.
I support your decision to put him on here, and uh, if I had thought longer and harder about this and hadn't, I realized only a few hours ago that I didn't have him
Yeah.
here, and by that point, I was like, I can't change this list
Yeah,
back
we're
now.
not
Like,
doing it now.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I can't do it. Like,
right. Yeah.
it's set in stone now. I'm sorry.
This is it. No more changes. No more changes. All right. So that's the first half. Now for the big 5. Who's number 5?
All right, my number 5 is James Wan, and I struggled with the choice to put him on here because he hasn't
Yeah.
really made a horror movie in a few years. But
Mhm.
I was like, you know what? He is going to make another horror movie, and he's producing a ton of them. And it's
Yeah.
only been since what 2021.
Yeah, it hasn't been all that long, right?
Yeah, it's only been 4
Yeah.
years since *Malignant* came out, and I loved
I
*Malignant*.
I liked it way more than I thought I would when I read the synopsis.
Yeah,
And I
it's
saw it at
way
the
better.
theater, and it was so much better than it had no right to be as good as it was.
It's
Like, it
crazy
was
how
so
much of a turn it takes in the
yeah.
second half too, because for the
Yeah.
first half, you're thinking this is just like such a basic movie, right?
Yeah.
And
This is
I saw
simple as
somebody
that.
online say that they were like, "Oh, I didn't like it. I gave up on it after the first half hour." And I was like, "No, 10
No,
more
you
minutes. That's
messed
all
it.
you needed."
Yeah,
Like,
you were so close. You were so close.
it's like, please just watch it again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But yeah, I
great.
mean, I love him. I think that he has done a lot for the horror community at large. You
Sure.
know, The
Yeah.
Conjuring is one of my favorite horror movies ever. I always say
Yeah.
that if I was stuck on a desert island and there was only so many movies I can take with me, The
Right.
Conjuring is going to be one of them because it just has such a high rewatchability for
Right.
me. I think Insidious, in many ways, is a more creative movie, but I
I
just think The Conjuring is way more rewatchable.
so for me, Conjuring is it that is everything I want in the whole possession kind of the way that it created this whole universe,
Yeah,
the Warren family universe. But my problem with the Conjuring is that so many of, well, the specifically the ones called Conjuring, the second one was good, but I didn't like The Devil Made Me Do It.
and that's
And I'm not
understandable.
hearing great things about the new one, the Last Rites or whatever. I haven't seen it yet, but I didn't like The Devil Made Me Do It. I like some of the movies that offshoot movies, some of the um, Annabelle, those kind of things are fun, but nothing lives up to that first Conjuring. It
Right.
was so well done. But you're right, Insidious, that the first Insidious is so stinking good too. Those are
Yeah.
two great movies. And I didn't put James Wan on my list. He didn't make my cut. Didn't he? I had his name written down, like I had like 20 names written down when I started, but he didn't quite make the cut.
He's got Saw. He did
Yeah.
the
And
first
well,
Saw.
see, the first Saw is the only Saw I ever liked. And I watched all the way through
It's
Spiral,
not
but
that gory. The first one
the
isn't.
first one isn't. It is
It is a
the
mystery almost,
Yep.
like a
And
horror
you have
mystery.
two dynamite actors in it because you have Carrie Elwes and you have Danny Glover.
Yep.
It was a much more grounded movie than the whole Jigsaw thing becomes.
Game over.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Uh, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, we don't even need to talk about my number five. We spent a lot of time on Jordan Peele already at 10, but I got him at five because I grouped in his production of Candyman. Haven't watched him yet. I'm gonna go in with fresh eyes. I'm not gonna listen to what the people are saying online, and I'm gonna give it its own fair shake. But we'll see.
There you go. That's all you can
With
do.
that, we are on to number four.
Number 4, I have David Bruckner. Do you know David Bruckner?
That name is not striking any bells for me.
Oh man, I'm betting you've seen his stuff.
Yeah.
So have you seen The Ritual?
No.
Oh man,
Oh,
you have to see The
all
Ritual,
right.
man.
Is that I'm
I'm
adding
telling
to
you,
the list?
it is
It's on the list right now. It's already there.
so good. It is. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Don't even watch a trailer or anything for it.
I am famous for only watching trailers to big budget films. I try not to watch trailers to smaller films that I'm about to watch that I want to watch. So
So it's a Netflix original,
okay.
and all I'll tell you is four guys go into the forest on a camping trip, and a bunch of really evil stuff happens, and it is absolutely fantastic, and I cannot recommend it enough.
Is there a monster type thing going on?
Something like that. Yeah.
I okay. No, so I definitely have seen this. When you started
Okay.
describing, I definitely
Yeah.
have. I had completely forgotten it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put it on the list anyways. It's gonna be a rewatch
Yeah.
to freshen it. But yes, you started talking about it. I'm like, hold on a minute. I
Yeah.
know. Okay, yeah, I know that movie.
Yeah,
So
The Ritual's fantastic. Another one he did, The Night House with Elizabeth, I can't think of her last name. Do you know The
don't
Night
you
House?
love that? The night with Rebecca Hall.
Rebecca Hall. That's why I couldn't think of her last
Rebecca,
name, because I didn't have her
Rebecca
first
Hall.
name right. Have you seen that one?
I do. I didn't. This one I haven't seen, but it has come up on my algorithm many times.
Okay. It is also very good. It's very atmospheric. At many points in
Mhm.
this movie, it makes you feel like deep, like
Yeah.
uh unsettled,
Mhm.
sad in some parts,
Sure.
and it pulls at your emotional strings in a lot of parts, and
Mhm.
it's also, it's pretty scary at a lot of parts,
Yeah.
and I was just really impressed with this one. So we had
Mhm.
The Ritual, we had The Night House. He did the Hellraiser remake. Have you seen that?
So I honestly haven't watched a Hellraiser movie since part 3.
Okay. It is
So
very good.
is
So I think it's
is
better
it
than part 3.
okay. Well, I didn't like part 3. That's why I didn't continue watching. Um,
So it's a
who does
remake.
he
It
have?
reinvents
Uh,
some of
so
the
he went back
mythology
to
with it.
the original novella and started over. Yeah,
Yeah, I believe so.
okay. Who does he have playing Pinhead? Do you
I
do
do not
it
remember
does.
her name. It's a woman this time around.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
like that.
it is
Oh,
Jamie something.
yeah,
Can't think of her
Jamie
name.
Clayton. Jamie
There we
Clayton.
go.
I just pulled it up. Yeah, so
Yeah,
all right. That
she kills it.
I do know, like, I've obviously seen his VHS stuff because 'cause I've
Yeah,
seen, VHS 99. I haven't seen VHS 85, which he does a segment, the framing segment for, but,
yeah, exactly.
so I've
So
definitely seen
his
some of
segment in
his
that is very good. His segment in the original VHS, I
Mhm.
would argue, maybe the best VHS segment of them all.
Alright, alright.
It's the one with the
The yeah,
I don't know,
the
is she a
the
demon? I
yeah, the amateur night or whatever it's
Yeah, with the
called.
guys on
Yeah.
the bachelor party that pick up the girl that
Mhm.
turns out to eat them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David. So yeah, I am familiar with David Bruckner. The Night House keeps coming up, so I'll definitely watch it. And I like a good atmospheric movie. And if it's not overly, if it doesn't lean too far into demonic and it doesn't do serial killer, my wife may even watch that one. So I might be able to rope the wife into a horror movie.
It's not too gory, but yeah.
It's traumatic, thematic.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, so the whole storyline with it is that her husband has passed away,
Hmm.
and
I see it.
the she starts to uncover everything
Hmm.
that led to his death, and there's all these clues around, and there end up
Hmm.
being like it involves like some entity that's like haunting her, and you find out like what was going on with all of that, and it's cool because it's like a mystery in it too. So she's
Right.
unraveling all these things, but there's a ton of really scary scenes in it, and it's very, like I said, atmospheric.
Yeah.
Highly recommend
Love
it.
it.
Go watch it. Let
Yeah,
me know
for
what you think.
sure. I'm gonna do it. All right. And so my number 4, his most recent movie, not a horror film, but I don't fault him that because I loved it. But it's Mike Flanagan.
Okay.
I love Mike Flanagan. I loved Oculus. I love Hush. Um, Ouija: Origin of Evil. Shout out Will Soto from the Red Treehouse. He loves that movie. I think it's great. Gerald's Game is messed up. Doctor Sleep is does such an amazing job of finding a way to link Kubrick's The Shining with the story today, the way that Stephen King wrote it. So good. I have to watch his Fall of House of Usher. I have not watched it yet, and I know he's announced that he'll be doing the Carrie TV show.
Yep.
Um, and I know it's not horror, but Life of Chuck is an absolutely fantastic movie. If you get the chance, if anybody out there hasn't seen it, find a way to watch it, buy it, whatever you need to do, check it out. It is such a good movie.
Yeah, Life of Chuck is fantastic. I highly recommend Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah, it's been
It's
on my list forever. I just haven't
super,
gotten to
super good, and the score to it, it's the
it. Yeah.
same guys that did the score on all of his Netflix specials,
Mhm.
but the score to this
Yeah.
one, I think, I don't know, I loved all the scores, but this one is very gothic and thematic,
Yeah.
and it's just
And,
very, very
and
unique and good.
yeah, it's that's been on my list for so stinking long, and I have this aversion to episodic television for some reason. I don't I don't know. I'm a huge fan of somewhere between about 90 minutes and 3 hours my entire story wraps up. When you stretch it to 6 and 7 hours, I start to go, "Ugh." But that being said, I do, when I finally give in and watch a show, I generally love the shows I choose to watch. So I will watch it. I will for sure.
Yeah.
What is it? 6 episodes, just over an hour or something each, or
I
something like
want to say 8.
8 episodes. But I'm
But
a
I don't even think they
huge
hit an
Edgar
hour.
Allan Poe fan,
Yeah.
so I have to watch it. I have
It
to.
it is a very good Edgar Allan Poe adaptation because it
Yeah.
it captures the feeling of
Mhm.
those, you know?
Yeah.
And like it doesn't
And
follow them to a T. It definitely does its own thing, but it captures the spirit,
the
you know?
spirit, sure. And you're right. It's 8 episodes, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna finally get to it. But everything else has been fantastic that I've watched. Even something as cheesy sounding as Ouija Origin of Evil was really
Yeah.
good. So that my number four is Mike Flanagan.
There you go. Like that choice.
All right,
So
the
my
big
number
three.
3, yeah, we're into the top 3. My number 3 is Scott Derrickson.
All right, all right.
Snuck
You
it
like
in
him a
there.
little bit more than I do. I like him a
I
lot, but you just like him a little bit more.
I'm a big fan of Scott Derrickson's, and I think he's very good at telling stories, and he
Sure.
writes all these things.
Yeah,
And I mean, Andy's got these movies outside of horror, so he's proven himself to just be a
to
very good director. I
a
mean,
good
Doctor
direct. Yeah,
Strange is
he's
awesome, right?
right. Yeah, even his big budget stuff is so good.
Yeah. And so Exorcism of Emily Rose, I just watched
Mhm.
that again somewhat recently, a few months
Yeah.
ago, but and that is a fantastic, fantastic movie.
Hmm.
And it's got some very good scares in it.
Yeah.
And I think her name's Jennifer Carpenter. She's very good in it.
Hmm.
Solid cast. So yeah, that's fantastic. Sinister,
Yeah,
I feel like
I
is
love Sinister.
yeah, I love Sinister. It
And Sinister,
captures that like evilness, you know?
yeah, and Sinister. The so my day job, I am a special education teacher for fifth and sixth grade students. I teach English to fifth, but there is something about seeing children looking evil on those videotapes and then going to work with children who sometimes look evil, but they're
Yeah.
great. No, I have a different connection to that movie than some.
Something about evil kids.
Evil kids. Yeah, no, Sinister is just, and Sinister 2, sure, it falls off quite a bit,
Yeah,
but
but he
it's
didn't
still,
direct that.
you know, um, but it doesn't fall off enough to ruin the first one. Sometimes a sequel could be so bad that it kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth for the original, and it's not that bad.
Well, and
But
that's a thing with a lot of these too. Like James Wan, same thing.
yeah,
Like none of those Conjuring movies or their spinoffs ever live up to the ones he
never.
directed.
Yeah.
But he did so well with this, and Scott
Hmm.
Derrickson did so well with
Yes.
Sinister that they started somewhat of a franchise. And there were even
Yeah.
talks of doing a like a Sinister and Insidious
Insidious.
like a crossover movie.
Right. Because in my head, those two movies, especially when it was just those two and we didn't have any sequels, I would get them mixed up a lot. They lived kind of in the same space in my head. So that would absolutely make sense to have Bagul and Insidious come together and
Yeah.
talk about a talk about a superhero team up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
Deliver Us from Evil. You should check it out.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
need
very
to. I
underrated.
need to.
It's a
I need to.
solid
And
possession movie.
yeah. And I
Eric
love a
Bana's
good
good.
possession. I love a good possession. So number three. All right.
Yeah. And
Um,
his VHS stuff is fantastic. And I've been hearing
yeah.
wonderful, wonderful things about Black Phone 2.
It all I've seen is the trailer. However, um, I am of the age where the early 90s is a foundational point in my life. I don't know, it's the song Rooster by Alice in Chains is playing in the just quietly, a little bit slowed down and a little bit quiet through
Yeah.
that trailer, and it strikes something. I have to go see that when it comes out. I will be the guy in the theater for sure.
People are hyping this thing up, man. From Fantastic Fest, they are
Yeah,
saying that it
they
is
would love it.
better than the first one. It's probably the
And the
best thing
first
he's
one
done so far.
and the first one is a fantastic movie.
It is. It's
Such
really
a
good.
good movie. Um, it's one of those that, because it's a short story in the book, it really follows the Joe Hill story really, really well. My number three, you mentioned him way up at the top of the show. It's Ari Aster.
Mm.
Hereditary and Midsummer are two of the most effective horror movies I have ever seen. Beau is Afraid is a little horror adjacent, a little more in absurdist, but it has some of that psychological horror in it. But Hereditary and Midsummer are movies that after I watch them, like, I have to go do something light. I have to, like, I gotta go watch something. I gotta go watch something like Scrubs. I gotta go watch do something that is not nearly, because you're right. When your wife is absolutely right, watching Hereditary is a mind f of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And the way that Midsummer is as scary and as effective as it is in bright, solid daylight is fantastic. I love Ari Aster. I hope he does something a little more horror related again soon. But yeah,
Yeah, a lot of
he's
people are saying that it's about time he got back into the horror sphere.
yeah, because he did, well, he did Beau is Afraid, and then I forget his most recent one that is completely not
Eddington.
horror at all. Eddington, thank you. That's more Western thriller, but
Yeah.
it looks good. I've heard good things, but it's not horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, and that's why I probably haven't seen it yet, and I blocked it out because Pedro Pascal's in everything, and he can say no sometimes. It's okay, guys. We have
You got
other
to
actors.
strike while the iron's hot,
I
man.
no, that's something I always say too. Like, I say all this about, like, you can say no, but if I was in his shoes, I would be saying yes to everything because I know it's fleeting and it's gonna go away. So
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing, Pedro. I'm jealous. That's what I say.
I was just saying the other day that I stumbled upon this movie, Freaky Tales, that has him
I
in it.
love Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales is so good, and I'm
So
just
good.
so surprised that Pedro
Yes.
Pascal and Tom Hanks are in this
And Tom
movie.
Hanks in that segment, that's a
Yeah,
fantastic segment. And Tom Hanks is so funny. And
yeah,
that's doing his list. That's a great movie. I didn't know anything about it. Somebody that I follow on TikTok mentioned it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a try. My wife was doing some ladies' night or something. So I'm home alone. The kids are all grown up. I'm gonna watch this movie, and I was like, holy crap, this is a lot of fun.
yeah.
It's a
I
good,
was
yeah. Check out Freaky Tales.
pleasant surprise with that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. All right, brings us to number two.
Okay, did you do your number three? Oh
My
yeah,
number,
Ari
yeah,
Aster.
my
Duh.
number three is already asked. Yep. Yeah.
All right. My number two is Mike Flanagan.
Mikey, you're
Yeah,
here again. Yeah,
we meet
he's
again.
Mike Flanagan could easily be number one, depending on the day.
Yeah,
He is
I
so.
wonder if we both have the same number one because he hasn't come up yet.
Yeah, he has it. Yeah, my number two is one that I would have bet money wouldn't come up on your list, but my number one is I feel like my number one I knew was my number one. The minute you suggested this in the email, I knew who my number one was. But anyways, so you're number two, Mr. Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, he is
He's
so good. He is so good.
unbelievably good at writing. He casts
Yes.
very well. He's able to write his characters where he can
Mhm.
use the same, like he uses a lot of the same actors, but like
Yeah.
he's able to utilize them in such different ways. And it's not always the
Yes.
same actors. I mean,
Sure.
Rebecca, why can I not think of her name? From Doctor Sleep.
Yes. She is so good too.
Fantastic.
That hat. I just picture the hat. Why
Yeah.
can't I think of her name? But yes, yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
he's the Stephen King whisperer.
Ferguson,
He's
sorry,
not
Rebecca
Rebecca
Ferguson.
Ferguson. Yeah, yeah. She's man,
But
she's so good.
she is. She's my favorite part of Dune, actually.
Yeah, yeah, she's
But
really good in that.
yeah, Mike Flanagan is so good.
Yeah, I just rewatched The Haunting of Hill House,
Yeah.
and man, is that such a good show. I had
Yeah.
forgotten in episode 6 that they have, like, those
Mhm.
long takes
Yeah.
throughout it's like a series of long takes,
Mhm.
and they shift between like, they start with the long take in the funeral home, and then they shift
Mhm.
back in time, and then they shift back, and they keep shifting between the 2,
Right.
but it's just long takes each time, and I was like, for a second there, I was like, "Wait a second, they haven't cut
Mhm.
it all, have they?"
Yeah.
And it had completely caught me by surprise again,
Right.
and man, the whole show is just it's so emotional. And the
Mhm.
reason he's so high on this list, I think, is because he's shown a propensity to be able to do adaptations well.
Yeah.
He can do uh, TV shows and he can do
Yeah.
movies.
And think, had I watched Fall of the House of Usher and those kind of things, he may have been higher on my list because you're right. He is able to, and I'm gonna guess it's because of where he was born. He was born in Salem, Massachusetts. So
Ah, look at this
he
guy.
grew up with this affinity for the witches and the ghost stories and horror. Um, and yeah, he has a way of, like, just, I go back to Doctor Sleep a lot, but he found a way to connect in a way that Stephen King even liked. He connected to a movie that Stephen King famously despises in
Yeah.
The Shining, the Stanley Kubrick version. He was able still to tie that in, honor that movie while still honoring the new book and where it goes and the story it brings up. Um, and again, it's not horror, but The Life of Chuck is just such a fantastic, fantastic movie.
But it does have supernatural elements.
It does have supernatural elements. It does. And it has the amazing, amazing Luke Skywalker. I just
Mark
love
Hamill.
Mark Hamill, almost
He's in
unrecognizable.
Fall of the House of Usher too.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm watching it. I'm probably gonna watch episode one as soon as we're done tonight.
You should. I'm telling you, it is so close to me wanting to say it's my favorite,
Yeah.
but, like, then I remember the
Right.
experience of watching Midnight Mass, and I'm just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
man."
No, it's, yeah. No, that it's, isn't it hard to say something's your favorite? It's like picking your favorite child.
Yeah.
Right this minute, you're my favorite because you're doing what I want you to do and you're on in front of me. No, yeah, I love Mike Flanagan. I have, and who knows, maybe when I start watching Fall of House of Usher, maybe tomorrow he'll jump way up the list. But
Here we go.
my number two is a French director who works in the French language, so everything is subtitled. But it's Julia Ducournau. Do you know who she is?
I do not.
So Julia Ducournau, she her first full length feature is this movie Raw, about a young girl
Mm,
going who's a vegetarian and going to become a veterinarian, but then gets this taste for raw flesh and stuff. It's messed up, but it's provocative, it's shocking with the so she uses cannibalism as an allegory for self-discovery with a lot of body horror elements. Titan, which was her second movie, it actually takes a lot of those same ideas, pushes them further, actually won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. It's surreal, but also at moments like really emotionally tender, I guess. But it's dealing with identity and transformation. And then she has this another movie. The trailer looks absolutely fantastic, coming up later this year, called Alpha. Check out that trailer. It looks friggin' amazing. Everything is, it's all in French, but oh, it the way her use of, like, muted in Raw, muted colors, almost grainy, almost documentary like, watching this girl go through this change. She's fantastic. So that's my she's my out of unexpected pick.
There we go. I'm aware of the movie Raw, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it
I'm not aware of the other two. I'll have to check those out.
yeah. So Alpha's coming, but Titan and Raw, check them out. Raw is yeah. If you like the substance, watch Raw. It's they deal with different sides of I think of I'm a man. I don't know this, but I feel like there are different sides of what it's like to be a woman. First, becoming a woman, finding yourself at 19, 20 years old, and then the substance being that she's older and she's trying to reinvent herself, that kind of thing. I think they're two sides of a similar coin.
Yeah.
But that being said, tell us all who we know already is your number one.
Robert Eggers.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert Eggers. There was no
I'm
doubt.
glad we're in agreement. I'm
Yeah.
like,
There,
come on.
like I said, when you recommended this list, I knew right away he was my top. And I think you recommended this, was it maybe a month ago? I had just finished watching Nosferatu again. So yeah, there was no doubt that this wasn't gonna be it was number one.
He's the best. Like he's one of the best directors working today, like
Absolutely.
horror or
Of
not.
all of yes. Yeah, The Witch, when I saw it, was absolutely perfect film. When I watched it, it couldn't have been any better. Lighthouse still messes with my head. Nosferatu is amazing. Even the Northman is great. Not
Yeah.
quite horror, but amazing. And I can't wait for Werewolf in
Yeah.
2026.
So pumped about that.
Yeah,
I
and
couldn't
most
help
of
but
his people are
think
coming
that while I
back from
was watching it.
Nosferatu. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm watching Nosferatu and I'm like, man, if he did this same thing with
Mhm.
a werewolf
Yeah,
and just like I was like, because I was like, I don't think like a werewolf movie has ever gotten the proper shake since the
yeah,
original, right?
yeah, and even that one is well, I'm not a huge Lon Chaney Jr. fan. I think he's the definition of campy, but that is the most rooted in that whole Romani culture
Yeah.
is that one. So I hope that he goes there. And the fact that Robert Eggers does this thing where he just kind of loses himself in the culture, the language. He's going
Yeah.
to write the film and they're going to speak in a very real way with real Romani type words and phrasing and things. So yeah, I think he's going to do fantastic with that. But yeah, I don't think I couldn't have done this list any without him at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Eggers. What's your favorite Eggers movie of the four so far?
Man, I flip flop on this
Yeah,
so much. I mean, it's probably The Witch. That's the one that I always kind of come back to.
right.
But I have such a
Yeah,
love for The Lighthouse
yeah,
because I just think the acting and the filming style
mhm,
is they're both so purpose
yeah,
or perfectly done and like
right.
unique.
Yeah, and my answer would be very similar. Lighthouse is the best movie he's done. The Witch is the most watchable movie, I think.
Yeah.
Is kind of how I watch them. But that not to take anything away from the Northman or Nosferatu. Amazing freaking movies. Absolutely love them. It's like again, it's like picking which is your favorite child. It just depends
Yeah.
what I feel like doing today. Yeah, I love Robert Eggers.
Yeah. I think the Northman I think the problem with that one is
Mhm.
that you go into it and it's not at all the movie you expect it's going to be. Like I think a lot
Mhm.
of people thought it was going to be a war movie about like
Um,
Vikings at
yeah.
war because that's kind of
Mhm.
how it presents itself. And then you
It
get
does
into
it
it
for
and
sure.
it's a revenge movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, brutal
Um,
revenge
and
movie, but like
I love it, but I'm not a huge Alexander Skarsgård fan.
yeah, I
I
could
think
see
he's too pretty. I don't know something like maybe he makes me feel bad about my figure. I
that.
no, I like the movie. I like it. It's just it doesn't quite hit the same notes as the rest. It's violent. It's beautiful. It's well done. Amazingly acted. Beautifully shot.
Yeah, I
I
think
just
it like,
don't.
I think it's the only one that's just, like, it's kind of missing something, and I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
but yeah, you can't put your finger on it.
Yeah, because like you look at it and you're like, the
Mhm.
special effects are good,
Yep,
it's shot well, the
it is.
costumes are well. I mean, you can't argue with the cast. Ethan
Mhm.
Hawke, Nicole Kidman, Anya Taylor Joy, like,
Yeah.
like, and they all kill
Mhm.
it in
Oh, yeah,
they're
they're
supporting
fantastic.
roles, but like
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
acting there's nothing wrong with any of it.
Sure.
But like, and maybe it is that you just don't connect
Right.
with
Yeah.
the protagonist as much in this one
And
as you
that's
do in the
that
others.
and that's probably what it is. But as far as a Viking type movie goes, I don't think you could have done it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Robert Eggers is great.
But Nosferatu, man, the moment I watched that
Oh
movie, I was just like, man, I'm having an experience right now.
yeah, I
This
went
is one
into
of the
it.
best gothic horror movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, I went into it. I questioned Lily Rose Depp. I've liked her in other things. I'm probably the only person who liked Yoga Hosers.
I
Um,
I think
but
you are.
I just questioned her because I had never seen her in that kind of light before.
Yeah.
And but she absolutely knocked it out of the park. And I think a lot of that credit goes to she's great, but a lot of that goes to Robert Eggers because he created this character that was so well rounded, well done, and he shot it so beautifully.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah. Do you have any like honorable mentions? Any people you thought about that didn't make your list?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I do have I do have honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I have two that I were like, these guys aren't making the list, but I should talk about them. And I have one that was on the list for a while and got moved off. The one that got moved off was Radio Silence. So the guys that did
Uh-huh.
uh, Ready or Not, they did the VHS
Oh,
movies. They
yeah.
did um, what else we got
Oh,
here? Scream and Scream
mhm.
5, Abigail.
I was gonna say Abigail. I
Yeah.
actually liked Abigail a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, it's fun. It's very much in that same style as Ready or Not, and I'm a big fan of Ready or Not.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I'd shout out like Damien Leone if you're a Terrifier, really revitalized a lot of stuff.
I have not seen Terrifier, any of them.
Any of them?
No,
If so, they are over the top, gory,
that's what I hear.
violent. But I haven't seen the third one. The first movie, I think you can skip and just watch Terrifier 2. But I mean, they're good. They're just not maybe what I wanted.
Yeah. I
But
get the vibe that, like,
yeah,
they're not for me.
right. Yeah, exactly. And I did notice that I think Terrifier 3 is now on Peacock, and I'm a completionist, so because I've seen the other two, I will watch it, but I know going in that I don't really care, so we'll see. But yeah, so Andy Muschietti, it chapter 2,
Yeah. The Flash.
Jennifer Kent from the Babadook.
Oh, yeah. Has she done
Um,
anything after the Babadook?
Not that I remember,
Okay.
which is why she's not on the list.
Right.
But The Babadook is a great movie.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm actually gonna look real fast. Oh yeah, she did do a movie that I have not seen called The Nightingale, which is a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. I've not seen it either.
Yeah. Um, Ty West.
I had Ty West on mine. He was another one
Yeah.
that he was one of the
Um,
ones that was like, he's not going to make the list, but we should talk
yeah.
about him.
So if Ty West had stopped at X and not done Pearl and Maxine, if he had done so, the oh, I just lost it. The haunted house one, the evil in the house one that he did.
Is it the Innkeepers or something?
Innkeepers. Well, Innkeepers is great. Shoot, but yeah, I didn't like Pearl or Maxine. Prior to that, though, I had liked everything that he had done. So The Roost, House of the Devil,
House of the Devil, I really like
Innkeepers.
that.
Yeah, Innkeepers is great. His
I
segment
didn't
of being like,
realize he
"That's
directed Cabin Fever 2: Spring
yeah,
Fever. Have you
yeah." I
seen
didn't.
that?
I have not seen the sequel. No.
So, it is so over the top. It is
Yeah,
crazy. I'm shocked right now that he directed
that
this.
he's the director.
I'm so
Mm,
shocked. I have it on DVD.
mhm.
I like it.
Is it good?
I like
Is
it. I like it a lot,
is it
but
like one of
it's
those guilty pleasure kind of?
100%.
Yeah.
It's
All
like,
right. I'll
I
give it a
bought
try
it
because
during my,
I
like, Sharktopus era.
awesome, awesome. A Sharktopus, I love it. And actually, that reminds me, I another one, Eli Roth.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
um, but speaking of Ty West, his movie The Sacrament, it's produced by Eli Roth, directed by Ty West. It is like a modernized version of the Jonestown
Okay.
um, thing with it's they these a vice journalist goes down to he's going on this assignment to and at the same time try to locate a coworker's sister at this religious commune, and everything flies off the rails in very much Jonestown type of of style, and well acted small movie. But again, had he stopped and not decided that X needed sequels, um I just was not a fan of Pearl or Maxine. And I like Mia Goth. I like Ty West. I just don't like those movies. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just,
I
but
haven't watched Pearl yet. It's one of those that I was like, I don't think I really have an excuse why I haven't watched it,
it just
but,
happened.
yeah, it just happened. But I did watch Maxine, and I
Did
didn't
you?
think Maxine was bad. I had very minimal expectations for it.
Right.
I don't know if I'll even watch it again, but I
And
like the style of it. I think it
yeah,
was the style, the music, that stuff's cool. But like you're right, I don't think it needed to I don't think it particularly closes out that trilogy well, and
right.
maybe
Yeah.
that's because I haven't seen Pearl, but, like, I was like,
And
I don't know, it doesn't
yeah.
justify itself, I guess would be the thing.
Yeah. And maybe I would have liked Maxine better if I did it in your way. I just really didn't care for Pearl at all. So I went into Maxine like, "Ugh, I'm just doing this as a chore because I feel like I have to complete it."
Yeah.
Uh, but if you go back, House of the Devil, Innkeepers, The
House of the
Sacrament, and The
Devil.
Valley of Violence, those are all fantastic, atmospheric, wonderfully done movies. So I hope his next movie, whatever it is a return to those original stories.
Yeah.
But
The only other person I had on my honorable mentions is Parker Finn. You know Parker Finn?
Parker
Smile 1
Finn.
and 2.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. So, especially Smile 2.
Yeah.
Smile 2 is so well acted. Like she just lost her name. Nate, what's her name? Nate, is it Naomi?
I think it is Naomi.
Yeah, she is so stinking good in that movie.
Yeah, she's fantastic in it. His directing is really good in it. There's so
Uh-huh.
many like, that opening scene
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, is it a one shot? If it's not a one shot, it's very limited
Yeah.
cuts. It
Yes.
is very, very, very good. It's such a just baller way to start that movie, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
I'm already predicting that the next one starts with like machine gun kills
Yeah.
after the way Smile 2 ended. Like that's what
Like
it's going to be.
that's where
The
it's gonna
opening is
pick
going to
up.
be like death, 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 you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of radio silence, the Ready or Not 2 is
Yeah.
actually filming now.
Yeah.
So I liked Ready or Not 1 so much. That ending cracked me up.
Yeah. Solid
Uh
ending.
yeah, it's also one of my middle daughter, it's one of her favorite movies, so we have that
Nice.
connection. But yeah, so many there's so many others that we missed, obviously. And that's the job for listeners to let us know all of the wonderful directors we missed and tell us why we're wrong, because that's what we do in this world. Um, well, as we begin to wrap up, we like to stay around that hour and 15-minute mark. Patrick, let everyone know where to find you, how to find you, and what you got going on.
Yeah, so we are starting up season 4 right now, pretty much. So we're recording tomorrow, like I said, with that director of Night of the Reaper, which is streaming now on
Mhm.
Shutter.
Yep.
And then after that, Alien Earth review. And then we're off to the races with October, where we're just going to be talking about horror movies nonstop. My
Nice.
thing in October is that I watch a horror movie every day for 31 days.
All right.
So, and I try to do like a piece of content with all of it, and
Yeah.
I generally fail miserably, or just like output like, just like garbage posts for a
Yeah.
little bit in there where
Just
it's
to
like,
get
oh,
something.
look at, I
Yeah.
put up a picture with like, two
Yeah.
sentences on it. That's my
Oh,
thing
yeah.
for the day. Sorry, guys,
There
it's
you go,
video, but
everyone.
sometimes there's some pretty quality videos in there too. I'm really
Right.
selling my show right now. Um,
I'm sold. Where do I sign up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, no,
No,
we'll
it's
be
true.
doing weekly episodes,
Yeah.
and, we'll be doing those for the next few months here,
Yeah.
and, there's a lot of exciting things. I'm in talks for some big interviews coming up, so I'm
Nice.
trying to do more interviews,
Yeah.
and then we'll be doing top 10 lists and horror movie reviews and all that good
Mhm.
stuff. So find me at Bark Night Podcast and
Yes.
subscribe, please. We, need all the help we can
Absolutely.
get.
And similarly, my couch critic show with my buddy Dave and I, we are working on some different guests for some interview stuff. We have been absolutely blessed to talk with writer and screenwriter Eric Miller, Boaz Yakin, the director of Fresh, and Remember the Titans, came on our show and talked with us one day. We're working on a few others that hopefully work out. I'll keep all those up as they come. But check us out. It's at Real Talk on the podcast. Is just look up the podcast Real Talk. They all show up at Real Talk on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Slasher, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, all those places. But, but for now, remember, Robert Eggers is number one.
He
Thanks,
is.
everybody. Let us know where we got it wrong, and we'll talk to you next time.